It is a welded assembly, but Tom has cut this one open so you can see better how it works. The main components are the converter cover, which is bolted to the engine, the impeller, which is welded to the converter cover, the turbine, which is splined to the input shaft, the clutch and damper assembly, which is used to provide a mechanical connection between the impeller and turbine, and the reactor assembly, which redirects return fluid flow from the turbine to the impeller. Here is how power flows through in hydraulic operation when the turbine RPM is low. The engine crankshaft drives the flywheel, the converter cover, and the impeller. As the impeller turns at engine speed, it throws fluid out from between its vanes, and the fluid strikes the vanes of the turbine. This hydraulic action causes the turbine to turn and to drive the transmission input shaft. The reactor directs the flow of fluid back to the impeller to assist the engine torque, and the result is torque multiplication when the impeller is turning substantially faster than the turbine. It is the same principle that causes a fan that's not plugged in to turn if you put another fan pushing air in front of it. In this case, the fan on the left represents the impeller, which pushes air against the blades of the fan on the right, which represents the turbine. Only here, we use transmission fluid instead of air to provide the push on the turbine blades. The fluid flows around this ring in the turbine and comes out between the vanes, so that it's directed back to the impeller, where it came from. And of course, a torque converter also has a reactor, so that torque can be multiplied. To multiply torque, the reactor is prevented from turning counterclockwise by its one-way clutch. The fluid returning from the turbine strikes the reactor vanes here, and they direct it back to the impeller, so that it pushes on the impeller vanes in the direction of rotation. Thus, all the energy left over in the moving fluid helps the impeller turn, and the result is torque multiplication.